Hello and welcome, dearest. I'm Grandma Mimsy, and I am continuing my series with the self-esteem cards from Louise Hay. And today's card is talking about being too little or not enough, and whether or not you have to prove your existence matters. You matter just because you exist. No proof is necessary. Uh, Based on whatever religion that you might consider to be important to you, you were already ordained in goodness and deserving to be here. There is a fairly famous individual named Jim Rohn who coined the phrase and the belief systems that what other people think of me is none of my business. The other reason that I point to this is also in the concept that what belief systems that I have, what I believe I've learned, what I believe I've read and studied and I've absorbed. But there's a lot of people out there who will take a word, take a belief, take a concept of something, and because of what they were taught, what they heard from other people, not that they did any, I mean no, I do not mean this to be insulting of other people. I do not mean this to be a put down. I'm just saying there are some people who grew up in a certain way, and you only know what you know. You don't know what you don't know, and in the circumstances of the way that you are raised, the people around you, we have no reason to doubt what they tell us. So I'm just saying certain people were raised and they were taught by other adults who believe certain things. So they then shared this with individuals when they were little. And as they grew up, they didn't question, they didn't discount, they didn't do any investigating on their own. So sometimes certain labels of things have taken on a very negative connotation when it's really not. When it's kind of how they say one man's trash is another man's treasure. How you look at something, how the perspective of what it is that you see things from is how you're going to view the world, because that perspective you're going to take with you and you're going to look at everything that you experience based on that perspective, based on those understandings, based on those belief systems, based on those uh, definitions of what those things are. But because they're not something you have embraced, you don't fully understand the aspect of what they mean to somebody else. So by this, I don't think that other people should take into account um, and listen to the negative, uh, the negative, the negativity of what other people want to say about you, of what other people want to think about you, because you represent something they don't understand. And at the same time, there's also the phrase that you shouldn't meet your idols, because when you meet somebody who's famous, who for some particular reason, they're an athlete or a movie star or um, just somebody that's famous for being famous, whatever it is that got them their fame, you don't have a relationship with that person personally. You have a relationship of seeing that person from afar. And sometimes that person that you think that you know them because you've seen them in the public eye, they're really not the same person. Um, and so their ideals might be different, and that can be disappointing. The other thing is that these people, just because they're famous, they're kind of their entire existence is put on a microscope. It's like they're in a fishbowl and they can't escape. And sometimes when you get fans, or the adoration of someone, you just, and I'm speaking from my personal opinion, that if I was a famous person, there are times if I'm out to dinner, if I'm celebrating a special day, if there's something significant that's happening in my life, or if I just want a date where I can go have something to eat and not have the entire world coming at me for something that they want from me. Sometimes it's you need downtime. And sometimes you just need to be able to experience something um, where you don't want the entire world kind of, oh, hi, excuse me, can I get an autograph? Oh, hi, excuse me, can I get a selfie with you? Sometimes it's nice, and I think that people should understand that there's etiquette and manners, that if there's someone you want to express that you would like to get an autograph or um, a selfie with. Be respectful of who they are. Be respectful of them as a person and a human being. Because it's not like you would come up and just accost another stranger on the street and say, hey, can I get your autograph? They'd think you're weird. So if you're in a place and it's a public place where you would like to have that opportunity with someone who is famous, slip a note to the waiter and go say, hey, the server who is helping them, and just go on this piece of paper. I really enjoy, what it is that you do. Fill in the blank. I would like to be able to get an autograph or a selfie with you, if that's okay. I just don't want to intrude. Let me know. And maybe you could have just a piece of paper that, if they don't want to do the selfie, they could at least do the autograph, and then they can hand that back to the waiter, and it's not so much of a big, hoo of, ruckus of things. But if you're genuinely kind and compassionate, they might go, you know what, this person did it the right way. So, let me go respect them, and, sure, I'll give you a selfie, and you make it quick. Unless they invite you to sit down and join them, don't be there for a whole lot of time. Just take the selfie and say, thank you very much, and off you go. But, if they engage with you, then you can stay longer, but keep going. I don't want to intrude. Keep saying, I would like to let you get back to, oh, no, it's fine. Sit, enjoy, da, da. They'll ingratiate themselves. But if they're busy, if they really didn't want to, then they'll go, oh, thank you so much. You have a wonderful day. So I'm just saying, don't let anybody else make you feel like you are less than, or and seriously, don't make yourself be more than. You exist, and I don't mean that to be the more than. I'm saying for those people who think that they're, doesn't stink. Everybody puts their pants on the same way. We're all humans, and we all need to extend kindness, understanding, and empathy to each other. And if we could adopt those manners and skills, that we just let people be who they are and allow them to be individuals. We're not supposed to judge. In every tenet of every religion I've ever looked at, you're not the one that gets to judge who other people are and what they're allowed to do. So take your teachings and be respectful of others. Don't overstep. And at the same time, don't understep your light. Do not play small just so that other people are not unhappy. If you being you is to play to your strengths, to play to your gifts, to use your light to shine, then you do that within being respectful and having manners of other people. And if other people don't like that you do that, then you need a safer place. You need a different place. Those are not your friends. So please be kind. Have empathy for other people. Do not feel like you have to defend or prove yourself to anyone or anything unless you're in a court of law. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye.